What is it like to work on a porn set?
Ooh. As you might know, we met on a porn set.
Yes, we did.
And we also directed our own porn.
Yes, before that we even did a documentary for the porn company I was working with. We did it on what it was like to be on a porn set, which you can check that out.
Yeah, which is actually our top performing video, duration-wise.
Yeah.
So this is what you guys are interested in.
Yeah, baby.
What is it like on a porn set? We were also guest stars in one of Erica Lust's films as well.
Yeah, I mean we've done a lot for the porn industry and consumed a lot of porn industry stuff. We have.
Yeah, back from when we were teenagers just watching porn to actually being behind the camera in porn to being in front of the camera in porn.
Yeah.
Not fucking, but we were still in front of the camera in the porno.
I mean, I've fucked on webcam before, but it's not really porn. Porn that we're thinking of is like full camera crew, performers, storyline, shag scenes, not one-to-one live cam action.
Yeah. So I guess first things first, when we met, we were filming sex together.
Yeah, that was crazy. Porn companies come in all different shapes and sizes. Some are great, some are bad, some like empower you, and I mean, it's just like any other industry except you're filming naked people.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the first place that we did work was one of probably the more nasty sides of porn.
It was weird. It wasn't as what we were expected. We're very glad to have left that company.
Definitely.
It was very much like, it wasn't really a normal porn set. It was very much some guys were getting money about selling guys or like to fuck a girl to do auditioning for porn, and you know the female porn model would fuck like 6 guys in a short space of time, would film it all.
It's really like easy to get taken advantage of in the porn industry.
Absolutely.
Like we have really great experiences of porn as well, but I think it is really important to talk about the not so great experiences so that people don't just walk into it thinking, oh my god, it's gonna be this like amazing lifestyle.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be fucking like in really beautiful erotic films and stuff. But
especially now, because the porn industry now, we're at early 2019, no we're not, we're mid 2019 in May, and the porn industry now is getting worse and worse. It's becoming more saturated because anybody with a camera or with a phone can make their own porn. So because it's spreading out a lot more, there's a lot less money involved in it, and it's a lot less regulated.
Yeah.
Which, you know, anything can happen. It's like any industry that's not regulated. You never know what's gonna happen.
Well, like back in the early 90s, it was actually illegal to sell porno videos.
Yeah.
In the UK.
Fuck.
You could
Early 90s.
You could be sent to prison for selling porn.
That's madness.
Isn't it crazy?
And porn's been around since the dawn of fucking time as well. As soon as the first camera was made, probably film porn on it.
Yeah, I mean, people just always were like, oh, sex on camera.
Yeah.
Cool.
Loved it.
I actually had a really interesting opportunity with my old job where I got to interview Lindsay Drew Honey, who was Bendover's wife, and they did porn together. They had a little porn production company together.
Is that in the UK?
Yeah, and when they were making porn, they used to pay their performers, the woman would earn about £3 grand.
£3 grand?
£3,000
for a scene.
Yeah,
and now
for like, I think what they did is that they'd like go on like a shoot and they'd like earn that for like the whole shoot. So probably like 3 to 5 days of performing.
Yeah.
But still, £3 grand, that's like pretty decent.
That is decent. And nowadays we're getting young girls who don't know how much they are worth, and they're doing scenes for like 150 quid, an anal scene for £250, because everybody wants to be a porn star, everybody wants to film porn. I mean, we're mainly generally talking about the UK porn industry, because that's where we are. We don't know what it's like in other industries, other countries, especially LA is supposed to be the porn capital of the US.
Yeah, there's so many interesting things about the porn industry out there as well. Like, I really recommend listening to The Butterfly Effect by Jon Ronson. It kind of breaks down how porn being on the internet for free has affected the whole industry.
Yeah, massively.
Which is crazy, and it's probably the reason why performers don't get paid very much anymore, because obviously if people are just able to watch it for free now, Where's the money in that?
Yeah,
Like,
one of the
how-
many reasons.
How are you going to earn? How is the production company going to earn if all their films are up there for free?
Yeah, or even just if they've just cut out all the middle people, all the distributioners,
Yeah.
all like the cameramen, the camera crew, the makeup artist, the dresser. Like if you're just filming like a fucking POV film on your phone and then posting that online as well, because there's so much amateur porn out there as well.
Yeah.
Amateur porn is just where they're real couples. Generally, I mean, sometimes it could be like.
Yeah, I think quite a lot of performers, like the other girl that was on that interview with Lindsay Drew Honey, she was younger, she was doing her own videos. She'd get like a group of performers together and they'd film something together and then they'd kind of like share the revenue from it. So they literally are cutting out the middleman.
Literally, yeah.
Porn performers doing it for themselves now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, same with like there's so many websites and apps that porn stars can use and just film themselves and put that up and sell direct to their fans.
Yeah.
Rather than having to go through companies and getting cuts taken here and there. It's so interesting.
I think it's such a shame. When I watched porn when I was a teenager, I would watch kind of like really cheesy, kind of that classic porn that you
Like
find on
commercial
Pornhub or
porn.
something.
Yeah, where it's like guy fucks girl rough.
Yeah, and it's like a blonde girl with like big boobs,
Yeah.
big lips, and you're just like, don't relate to this at all.
No.
And it was very kind of like bright lights, clean,
Very clean.
Very-
yeah.
very stark
Yeah.
and real.
And like all the sex positions, the ones that you've never done before.
Yeah.
And you can clearly and purely see penis into vagina, which is like great, but if you were having real sex, you'd never be able to see that.
No, that's not what sex feels like.
No.
Which is why, like, there are some really good parts of porn as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like Erica Lust, who we've worked with.
Oh, she's amazing,
And
guys.
her films are like completely different. They're just on the other side of the scale, aren't they?
Yeah,
they're
there's
beautiful. They're cinematic.
well shot, ethical, so they're using
Yeah.
people of all different backgrounds, all different sexualities. They're not just doing white straight porn. It's very much everyone's inclusive because that's what real sex is supposed to be like.
Yeah, but still, like, because of the like market that we're in now, we still don't get to like pay performers really as much as they should get.
Absolutely not.
Like, you're literally fucking and putting yourself out there for the rest of your life.
And there's a lot of risk as well involved, you know, apart from the exposure, there's also STIs and having to have your certificate, your health certificate done, and performers have to put in a lot of effort making sure that they look good and making sure that they're completely up to scratch health-wise, because otherwise, you know, we get gonorrhea breakouts in the porn industry all the time, AIDS breakouts.
Yeah, there was a case in Spain recently
Yeah.
where someone got AIDS from a porn shoot.
Which is...
And they had to actually stop filming for a while, like the whole of Spain.
Yeah.
Because they had to figure out where it'd come from and like stop it from spreading.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that can happen out in the real world as well. The fact that
course,
I mean, just think about it right now, how many people are fucking and how many people have STIs or horrible diseases that they're passing through.
In a way, porn performers are a little bit cleaner because they know when they have something because they always get themselves
That's exactly it. The fact that they do have to have a full health certificate and prove that they are completely clean means that as soon as something's found out, as soon as there's any kind of STI that's leaked out, it's all stopped, all production is stopped, and they find out where it's coming from so they can stop it altogether. It's way safer than normal sex, like going to a fucking club and falling into bed with a random without a condom.
So much safer.
Jesus Christ. But that's like occupational hazard, isn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, massively. I don't know a single porn performer that hasn't caught something at some point because it's kind of inevitable.
Yeah,
but then
that's your job.
Also,
if you're just fucking loads of people, it's inevitable as well.
Yeah. I don't know any normal person that isn't in the porn industry that hasn't caught something.
Yeah, I've caught something.
Yeah, I've caught something.
It's kind of crazy though, because there's so many different aspects of porn. You get the amateur side, you get the really dodgy side, and then you get this like kind of mainstream bubble, which is like Brazzers, Digital Playground, which is actually quite interesting and funny because it sometimes has a little bit of like a comedic side to it, doesn't it?
And it's high production values, you know.
Yeah.
They
What
are
sort of teams
good.
do they have in there? Like on our, I guess on the Dorsal sheet that we did our, what's it like on a porn set thing, there was probably about 10 people on the crew.
Yeah, I'd say about 10 people. I mean, Dorcel's like quite a nice French company. They do sort of commercial looking porn, but it's very nicely done. So it's kind of like a mixture of Erica Lust and all the commercial stuff.
Yeah, I would say it's slightly lower production than Erica Lust.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Well, when we were in one of Erica Lust's films, like her set was just like a dream.
It was a dream.
It was better than most film sets that I've been on. Like,
it was in a beautiful place, like location,
So
all spacious and airy. We had
Barcelona.
Yeah, in Barcelona. I mean, that helped as well. But there was like, you know, catering with vegan food. The clothes were all there by a
sustainable.
Sustainable.
Yeah,
and
they had a stylist.
That's what they call it.
Stylist, a makeup artist, lighting technicians, 2 lighting technicians, camera woman.
There was
camera
so
assistant,
many people there. Really helpful as well.
An assistant director, Erica Lust herself, the director. And then assistants,
there's
the catering, 2 performers, us who were in the film.
And we were looked after as well.
Really well.
We weren't
they put us up in accommodation when we were there as well.
They honestly, they looked after us. And most of Erica Lust's team is female. Yeah. Most of them. So you've got this like really nice atmosphere of everyone kind of helping each other out. And there's no weirdness. It was really friendly.
It was like a kind of like family vibe. Like just really welcoming. Everyone was enjoying themselves. Like, we all knew that we were doing something beautiful together. It was just good.
Direction wise, I mean, I've been in porn before where you're directing, you're telling them, oh, can we change up the angle? Let's have a better sex position, like a cooler sex position. And it was kind of like, the crazier the sex position was, the better the scene was, which is total bullshit anyway, because no one can fucking replicate that shit. And with Erica Lust, it wasn't, she kind of just let the performers go and do what they wanted and do what they felt, rather than being like, sorry guys, can you stop? We're gonna go for, you know, the anal part now, or can we move the camera back out so we can see the fingers go in? It wasn't a lot of stop-start, which is what you find in commercial porn.
True. The photographer also took photos when they were actually like having sex, rather than just like posing it.
So most commercial porn that we've worked in, you always start with the photos first and the sex photos, and they're trying to mimic what the scene's going to be like, which can be really hard. So they often it's like 5 positions. You do the 5 positions, you start off slow, take off your clothes, do the 5 positions, and then you try and replicate all of that during the actual filming of the scene. They have to do it twice,
which is crazy.
And especially for Dorcel, they had to do the sex scene twice, because one was the hard, where you could see the penetration, and one was the soft, where you couldn't see anything and it was TV safe.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
That's a lot of work. Okay, so what was it like when we filmed our own porn?
Oh, it was lovely.
It was incredible.
Yeah, it was really good. It was a bit tricky because we had one day of filming people out in the street and talking about what their tips were for giving a blowjob. And then the second day was in the studio.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like we planned it, so it wasn't like a normal bedroom with a normal bed. It was kind of almost like a science project, because we were there as scientists.
Like a white coved infinity studio, so it looked kind of just like the performers
plain
like in
white.
the middle of this plain white space. We got to choose the performers. They were both lovely. We loved them so much. They worked really well together.
It was like Heidi Switch and Parker Marks.
Yeah,
definitely check those guys out. They're beautiful.
It was just, the vibe was so good. It was like we had like, our team was a little bit of a little family towards the end. Like, there was such a huge like feeling of accomplishment at the end of the day of the second shoot. When we were just like, we just made a porn film, everyone. Yay!
Of course the porn industry has negativities to it, but it's like any industry. You know, how many people are going to go to work when they're working in a bank and think, wow, my day was amazing, or they weren't fucked over or manipulated by their bosses.
There are so many industries that are just as bad. Like the culinary industry, like
chefs
are treated so badly. And like farmers,
so fucked. I mean, with porn, it's just because we're not used to it, because it's not talked about, we think it's this horrible forbidden place where it's a bunch of guys like making some poor girl do what she wants to do. And when you find the right porn company and the right porn, it's completely the opposite. The female performer and the male performer has all the control.
Yeah.
You know, they say what's what.
Yeah, you just need to make sure you're watching and consuming porn ethically.
Yeah.
Like, as much as it's easy to go on Pornhub or anywhere that's got free porn,
Massively.
like, you have to realise that the people that you are watching have like just spent like their own time doing that, and like if it's like a better production, it's like obviously people have made this and you're just consuming it for free.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's a job. It's a job like anyone else. You know that everyone who's producing porn, it's their job. The performers, it's their job.
Like, we wouldn't be able to make our porn films if people weren't paying for it.
There wouldn't be a market for us. We'd be fucked.
There would be no point of us doing amateur porn, because people don't want directors to do amateur porn. They want the porn performers to do it themselves. So it's like there's this balance of like creating a world where you can have like good sex on camera. People do want it. There's a market for it, and it's just making sure that you are paying for it.
Yeah, definitely. If you want to check out what it's like to be on Dorsel commercial French porn set, then definitely check out our other video, because that gives you a more in-depth look. I mean, we're talking about the porn industry now. We don't know everything, and we don't know what porn is like in all places of the UK. We haven't worked for every single company, and we're not porn performers either.
No, we're not.
We can only talk from our own experiences and what we see and what we hear from other people.
And if you're interested in what Erika Lust sets are like, we also did a little documentary when we were in Barcelona as guest stars. So we've got a series playlist called Outside the Bedroom, and that video will be in there. And also we have an interview with Erika Lust, which is really interesting as well.
So interesting.
So definitely check those out.
Please do, guys. And if there's anything you want to know more about the porn industry, just ask in the comments or DM us on Instagram, and we can try and put your questions in another video or in our podcast.
If you all have like loads of questions, if you comment them below, then we will make another video on what it's like in the porn industry.
We actually interview quite a lot of people from the porn industry, including porn stars, on our podcast.
We do.
Fucks Given. Search Fucks Given or Come Curious on Spotify, iTunes, and all other podcast places to find us.
If you liked our video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. And we will see you next week.
See you next week. Bye.
Bye.